Wealthy people train their brain to see opportunities. Poor people spend their entire lives trying not to lose money. This single difference explains almost everything. The problem is not how much you earn. The problem is where your attention lives. Because wherever your attention goes, your life follows. When your focus is locked on fear, loss, and survival, opportunities don't disappear. They become invisible. They pass right in front of you, unnoticed, ignored, filtered out by your own mind. And this has nothing to do with intelligence, nothing to do with talent, nothing to do with luck. This is conditioning. Your brain was trained. From an early age, you were taught to protect, not to expand, to avoid mistakes, not to create possibilities, to play defense in a world that rewards offense. When the brain is trained to search for threats, it will always find threats, even when none are real, even when the greatest danger is staying exactly where you are. The brain does not seek truth, it seeks familiarity. If poverty, struggle, and limitation are familiar, your mind will keep recreating them, not because it wants to suffer, but because it wants certainty. Most people don't realize this. They are not living in reality. They are living inside a mental filter built years ago. And that filter decides what you notice, what you ignore, and what you believe is possible. Two people can look at the same situation. One sees risk, the other sees opportunity. Same world, same moment, different focus. This is why some people grow during crises while others collapse. This is why some see doors opening while others swear there are only walls. The environment didn't change, the lens did. When your focus is survival, you ask questions like, what if I lose? What if it goes wrong? What if I fail? But when your focus shifts to prosperity, the questions change automatically. How can this work? What opportunity is hidden here? What can I build from this? And here is the truth most people never hear. Your life is not shaped by your circumstances. It is shaped by the questions your mind repeats every day. The brain is a problem-solving machine. Give it survival questions, and it will give you survival answers. Give it expansion questions, and it will open paths you didn't know existed. Opportunities don't appear to everyone. They appear to those whose mind is trained to recognize them. This is why focusing on poverty keeps you poor, not financially at first, mentally, and mental poverty always comes before financial poverty. The moment your attention is consumed by fear of losing money, you stop seeing ways to create it. You start protecting what little you have instead of multiplying what you could have. This is not discipline. This is not responsibility. This is a survival loop. And survival mode shuts down creativity, intuition, and strategic vision. Your nervous system cannot expand while it is busy defending. Prosperity requires a different internal state, a different mental posture, a different relationship with uncertainty. Wealthy minds don't avoid risk. They learn to evaluate it without fear controlling the decision. They don't obsess over what could go wrong. They focus on what could grow. And here is the shift that changes everything. You don't attract opportunities by chasing money. You attract opportunities by becoming someone who can see them. This is a training process. Just like the brain was trained to notice lack, it can be retrained to notice abundance. But the focus must change first. You cannot expect new results while feeding the same mental patterns. Awareness always comes before transformation. The moment you start observing where your attention goes, you reclaim control. Ask yourself honestly, what do I think about most of the day? Loss or growth? Fear or possibility? Protection or expansion? Because the brain follows repetition. Whatever you repeatedly focus on becomes your reality. When your focus changes, your perception changes. When perception changes, decisions change. When decisions change, outcomes change. This is not motivation. This is mechanics. And once you understand this, you stop blaming the world. You stop waiting for permission. You stop expecting external rescue. You realize the real work is internal. The shift from poverty focus to opportunity focus is not instant, but it is inevitable once awareness is present. Every time fear appears, you pause. You question it. You redirect attention, not by force, by intention. And slowly, the mind reorganizes itself. You begin to see options where there were none. You begin to sense timing instead of panic. You begin to trust your ability to navigate uncertainty. This is how people rise, quietly, internally, before anything changes on the outside. Your problem was never money. It was focus. And the moment you change what you look for, the world responds differently, because it always has.